Welcome to the Sunday Night Talk, the show where we answer the questions: were the games we watched on Sunday the greatest part of our day? A distraction from our family? Or a way to relive our childhoods? Have you ever thought, why don't they play football like they used to? Can you remember waiting all week just to watch one matchup? Do you remember rushing home to watch SportsCenter? Do you even remember what SportsCenter is? If you can answer yes to those questions, this is the show for you. I am your host, Patrick Ramirez, and along with me is my longtime friend, Omar Carmona. Each week, we watch as many games as we can to see what made us laugh, cry, and genuinely drove us absolutely crazy. And we do that by giving out weekly awards. If you have award winners yourself, you can drop a comment under the video. Thank you so much for listening, and please hit the subscribe button and share with a friend. It's how our little show grows. And if you like what you see, please take a look at my other shows on the channel. There's stand-up comedy, the movie series, and my one-on-one interviews. Now, on to the Sunday Night Talk. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Sunday Night Talk for Week 9. We are recording this at 10:09 Central Time where I am, and the Sunday night game is not even over. Not a great game, so we decided to start early. It's Halloween weekend, and the Sunday night game went from bad to tragic with now Jaden Daniels being carried off the field in a cast. Probably the worst way you can end a blowout loss. But Omar is joining me. If you're new to the channel, give it a like, give it a subscribe. We're going to run through all the games. We are going to do headlines, we're going to do trivia, and then we're going to wrap it up with our awards for the week. So, Omar, Sunday night, I don't know where you want to start in the NFL here. So I got some headlines we can go through, and then we can run into the games, because you seem a little perturbed by this week in the NFL. So let's go piece by piece. And to start off, we had Halloween weekend. So I wore my Halloween costume on the show today. I am a Raiders owner, Al Davis, and I'm considering revoking my son's ownership of the team from the grave.
But if you were to paint your hair red, you would be the son.
Yeah, I said I'm Al Davis, not the son. I'm going to fire the son from the grave.
Yeah, he needs firing, Patrick. He needs firing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wore my Halloween costume out here in the Midwest, and I was curious how it was going to be received out on the Halloween trail. And to my surprise, a lot of people knew who I was. And the ones I did have to explain it to got it. They're like, oh, that's who you are. Okay. My sister-in-law's mother was more confused after I explained it to her for some weird reason.
It's not an easy story to tell, Pat.
Not
many people are going to get the humor.
I think anybody under 40 would struggle to know who Al Davis is. I think anybody who is a strong NFL fan would know who Al Davis is, though. So I had some hits, had some misses to it, but ultimately, yeah, this was my costume for Halloween in the NFL. So I thought I'd use it for the show this week. I was hoping it'd bring us a little Raiders luck today, but it definitely did not. But I gave up on the season, so I'm not worried about wins and losses anymore. So,
what a loser attitude, Pat.
Well, do we honestly think the playoffs are a possibility? Should I be rooting for? Should I be hoping that they're going to win games? Okay, what are you eating? Omar's always prepared for the show. We speak on this show, right, Omar?
I got you, Pat.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do some headlines for you. And then we'll talk the Sunday night game real quickly. Headlines for Week 9 in the NFL. This is probably the most confident I've ever been in the Buffalo Bills this year, or maybe ever. Now, I know Mahomes was not at his best today. I know they were playing at home.
But Patrick, don't the Bills normally beat the Chiefs in the regular season? Like we've seen this song and dance before, right?
Well, I appreciate you cutting me off while I'm halfway through.
Let's go, Pat.
Caveats.
I'm a little angry Carmona today. This is
All
a
right.
NFL weekend.
All right. Well, let me finish my headlines and then you can talk. All right. I'm very confident in the Bills. However, Mahomes is not at his best today. They were at home, and we had a pretty questionable intentional grounding call that kind of derailed some Chiefs momentum. That being said, the Bills are at the top of their division. They look strong. I really like the Bills now. It's kind of cautious, but just as far as my confidence level, it's very high for the Bills. And then secondly, Green Bay, Indianapolis, Detroit all failed today.
Oh,
San Francisco, New England, LA Chargers all passed. Not to say that I feel like they really, really impressed today. I'm saying they passed. And same with Green Bay, Indianapolis, and Detroit. All had a stumble today. So let's start in the Bills. My headline of this is the most confident I've ever been in the Bills today. Go ahead with your rebuttal.
Patrick, you're saying you're confident in the Bills. I think we've seen this song and dance. The Bills have beaten the Chiefs in the regular season in recent years so many times, but we've all come to learn it doesn't matter what you do during the regular season when it comes to Bills Chiefs. What matters? Can Josh Allen leap over that Patrick Mahomes mountain? And
Yeah.
and, and so, okay, great. The Bills won again. They look great. But we've always said that. We've always said that the Bills look like the number one team in the AFC after beating the Chiefs, right? We said this. Um, and next thing you know, we're in the playoffs, and what happens? Chiefs win.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs win. Chiefs win.
Yeah. They've
So
won. They've won at the Bills before too. So
So if you
it
want
can
to
happen.
let's get into this game right away. Again, there was nothing surprising about this game except for one thing. A call went against the Chiefs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Well, I could, yeah, I agree that this was a very odd Chiefs team, but it's kind of weird. They show those little flashes of brilliance in this game. That 4th and 17, they convert somehow. And then, it wasn't just a fluke. Mahomes was finding Kelsey kind of like whenever he wanted, like old Chiefs, but it was not near enough. I thought the Bills were a step ahead of the Chiefs on offense and defense the entire game. And I'm not really an NFL conspiracy guy, but I don't know how the NFL could have pulled this off. That field goal the Bills missed that hit the upright, giving the Chiefs one last gasp. I was like, there's no way they could have scripted this to hit the upright, but here we are. But ultimately, the Chiefs did not get it done. So your
no,
confidence level is not super high in the Bills. So you see them losing in the playoffs again to these Chiefs or just in general?
I'm saying, Patrick, that you can't look too much into this one game, the Bills winning over against the Chiefs. It doesn't matter.
So
It does.
throw it out?
Yeah, and when
Throw it out. Wow.
until they beat the Chiefs in January, you throw this game out.
I think if you're the Chiefs, that's the proper mindset. It's like, yeah, you know what? We could lose half our games. We get in the playoffs and we turn it up. Hollywood Brown looked good today. Kelsey showed some flashes. Mahomes showed some flashes, although he took some hits today.
Patrick,
Mahomes did.
I think you said it best. I think Chiefs fans shouldn't really care about the wins or losses as long as they squeak into the playoffs because if they're in the playoffs, it doesn't matter. They're still the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't have the confidence in like if I just turn it the other way around, I'm not as confident in the Chiefs as I was last year or in years past. Are you? What are your feelings on the Chiefs right now?
I'm thinking this is the best Chiefs team we've seen in a long time.
Really? What are you basing that on?
A healthy Rashid Rice, a healthy Xavier Worthy. The only thing that kind of concerns me if you're a Chiefs fan is we don't really have that top running back.
Yeah,
Um,
no running back for the Chiefs, really.
but then at the same time, I think can they win without the running back? And I think the Chiefs are can do that.
Yeah, maybe getting healthy at the right time is going to serve
Yes.
them well. And maybe this long trip to Buffalo away, really getting it handed to them, they can turn into a positive. I tell you, the Buffalo Bills were clicking on a lot of facets today. Josh Allen was strong. Everything looked good. The crowd was hot. It had that playoff feel of a game. The funny part in this game too is I was watching the end of that wacky Bears Bengals game,
Oh wow,
and they
Pat.
stayed on that game. So they didn't show almost the first half of the first quarter for the Chiefs game. So
Right.
they jumped into it. I was like, whoa, the Bills already have a touchdown. Oh, because we were watching the Bills the Bengals and Bears finish
Mhm.
that insane game. So Chiefs Bills. A couple of my notes here. CBS is doing something kind of fun this year, whereas their pregame is going 2 games. Like they were at Buffalo today,
Yeah,
and
that
Jim
was weird.
Kelly was on the panel, and they had like this college game day atmosphere. They did this fun thing where they were digging snow with shovels, and then they were throwing snowballs. I still don't think anybody's really tuning in to watch the pregame, but this was way more fun than previous pregames. Like when you have it on just on the TV and you're cooking breakfast or doing Sunday things, much more enjoyable. I like that, and having Jim Kelly is always a bonus to it there. So, okay, let's go to that critical intentional grounding
Okay.
call because the Chiefs are down. Mahomes throws a pass to nobody. They call intentional grounding. Upon further inspection, the ball was tipped, so it changes the flight of the ball. They huddle, the referees huddle up, and then they say, like, it was tipped, but we can't review it. Intentional grounding stands.
Right.
That was kind of weird, don't you think? Don't you think that
It,
was pretty
it was a
easily
strange. It was a
reviewed?
strange. It was a strange call after
Mm-hmm.
we saw the evidence.
Yeah, and it flipped the game. Like it killed Chiefs momentum, and it gave the Bills that little advantage. But how about the
I'm
Chiefs?
not. I'm not. I'm not going to cry too hard though, Pat, because the Chiefs have basically won championships off of similar scenarios where they needed the referees to give them the call.
Yeah, I'm not saying they deserve to cry. I'm saying why did they why did they not get that call right? So the referees huddled up and they said like, can we review this? No. Okay, I guess we can't review it. But it seems like a play that could easily be reviewed and corrected. Then we
Right.
go to Kansas City converts that 4th and 17, and we just had classic Mahomes on that play. And Tony Romo is almost falling out of his seat where he's like, well, look, he did a fake rollout. He did a fake Aaron Rodgers rollout. I've never seen that. And it's not worthy. I didn't put it for an award, but Tony Romo goes, Andy Reid, genius. So
Yeah.
it was pretty good that the Chiefs like had a couple of like uppercuts left in them at the end of that game. And then the weird hit the upright. But the Chiefs are okay. This is my note. The Chiefs go from being down by 15 points, looking at 4th and 17, to being down 7 with 6 minutes left and the ball. It flipped that quickly in this game, and the Chiefs had a shot. And this was the Bills' night. The defense stepped up when they needed to, and they
Yep.
won it. And that last second, like Mahomes' bomb was not even a threat. Didn't even make it to the end zone. They rushed them. They didn't have it. The Chiefs did not have it tonight. So, Bills' confidence for you, 1 to 10.
It's the same, Pat. Again, it's the same. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to have a high seed. Can they beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? And that's all that matters. I don't care if they're playing in Buffalo. I don't care if they're playing in Kansas City. Can they beat the Chiefs during the playoffs? And that's still to be seen. Did that go in the trash can?
All right. Do you feel like sometimes you have to repeat questions because you don't get an answer? Chiefs' confidence in Bills, 1 to 10.
Confidence in Bills to do what?
Confidence in Bills to, let's say, make the Super Bowl.
7.
7. All right. We could have saved a minute and a half there, Omar. All right. Now, confidence in Chiefs, 1 to 10. to make the
9.
Super Bowl.
9.
9. You're that hot on the Chiefs still.
I'm not hot until I see the Bills beat the Chiefs in January.
But you just gave the Chiefs a 9.
Yeah. I mean, I got, I mean, until I see something different, I'm rolling with the Chiefs.
Just sticking on that. You're still in
Yeah.
Chiefs camp.
Yes. I'm still in Chiefs
Wow.
camp until I see something different from the Bills.
God, I just think the whole league has seen the recipe for beating the Chiefs this year.
Oh, because you're a Raiders, you're wearing a Raiders jacket. You think you've seen all the recipes to beat that. You don't have the recipe,
Well,
Pat.
what's the Chiefs' record? They've not been impressive this year.
Oh, that doesn't matter?
I think the NFL's figured. I think they've caught up to the Chiefs. Now the Chiefs could get healthy. It's still the middle of the season. They could get great, but this has not been an impressive first half of the season to the Chiefs. Let me look at their.
No.
Let's look at their schedule, their remaining schedule here. Let's see what's.
Patrick, I'm not, you can look at that schedule. What I'm telling you is it doesn't matter. They could have the hardest schedule. They can have, as long as they make the playoffs, they are going to be the odds-on favorite to win until the Bills beat them.
They have they take on the Broncos at Denver, Colts at home, at Cowboys, Texans, then Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders. So, how confident will you be on the Chiefs to go on the road in the playoffs? Do you even think it matters? They can handle anything.
They are built. Andy Reid has built this team to handle it all.
Wow, you're so high on the Chiefs.
It's not that I'm high, so high on the Chiefs. It's just I haven't seen anybody to be high on that can unseat the Chiefs. Does that make sense?
Okay, gotcha. So you're weighing the competition. Well, let's go to some of the competitors.
Oh, wait, you know
then.
what? I'm just betting against the field. How about that? I'm just betting
Okay.
against the field.
Well, I kind of like your mindset because I have been flirting with opening up a DraftKings or FanDuel account. Like I want to get into sports betting, but I'm kind of saving myself from myself. So I think I'm going to make 3 pretend bets this week and see how I do before I put actual money down on stuff. Because now I want to bet, like the advertisement has fully got me. I'm like, I think I could do this.
Patrick, for next week's show, let's get some spreads, or maybe you and I meet, talk about some spreads, maybe Friday, Saturday before, and see how we did. Maybe, and let's just see how we would do. Maybe like a simulated gambling.
Yeah, well, I'm going to make some pretend bets for this week. And I don't know too much about gambling other than I know the spreads. I know how to bet the spreads, the points, and I know the over-unders. So I think I'm going to start with 3 bets like in that sort of world. I'm going to look at the games and see what looks good to me. And then I can judge my practice bets and see if I want to put real money down. Okay, let's go to... Oh, yeah, my second headline, Green Bay, Indianapolis, Detroit, all failed today. Which were you least impressed with of those 3?
I was I don't know if I should say least impressed, but I think I was most disappointed in Detroit.
Oh, really? Yeah, there was that. This week, we had all this J.J. McCarthy talk. Like, is he going to play? And then someone made the point like, we haven't seen J.J. McCarthy really be good except for one half of that Monday night game in week 2. What is there a mystery that they're sitting him for some reason? He's not even injured. And then he plays, and it was like Karate Kid when he's like, Daniel LaRusso's going to fight? And McCarthy's out there, and I thought he had a decent game. Where were his stats? But
it was efficient. But it was nothing. It was nothing eye-popping. I mean, he rushed for a touchdown. He threw for 2. He threw for 2, so that's 3 scores. He turned the ball over 1 time. But I think only 15 completions. I mean, he was efficient, but like, if you're Detroit, that's a game you got to win.
What happened in this game here? Did Detroit turn the ball over or something? Because at home to the Vikings, and they were down most of that game too. They lost 27-24, but it wasn't that close. Let's see here. Jared Goff got sacked a bunch of times. I think this was more of a game of the Minnesota defense because you're right. McCarthy went 14 to 25, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, one interception. Detroit could not rush the ball at all. Minnesota could rush the hell out of the ball. I think that's the story of this game. 142 yards on the ground. So I'm with you. Detroit should have played better in this game. They're 5-3 now. Minnesota sneaking back into this conversation at 4-4.
Right.
Yeah, I thought we should have seen more from Detroit. Call it a mid-season slip up. Like, when like someone has gotten straight A's so far in school year and then they just totally forget to study for a test or they blow it off and they get like a D. And they're like, what happened? It's like, oh, I just forgot to show up for this one. Along with the other disappointments, how about Green Bay? This is my biggest disappointment of the day.
I'm going to go with you, Pat. That was a disappointment, but you know what? I was mostly, if you want to give the team that I was most proud of, it's going to be the Panthers. Uh,
Yeah.
they're a scrappy team, and they're 5-4 now, Patrick. And I don't think we would have ever thought that we'd be talking about the Carolina Panthers winning on the road in Lambeau as sitting above 500, and that's exactly where we have the Panthers. And I'm at the point where I'm not saying it's a Super Bowl team. I'm not saying this is an
Hmm.
NFC championship team. What I am saying is be careful when you play these guys.
They have spoiler written all over them, these
Oh, this
Panthers.
this may be, I don't think anybody wants to play them.
Yeah, they go on the road. Like, I didn't even believe you when you're like, they're 5-4. I'm like, no, they're not. And I look it up here. I'm looking at 5-4. The Panthers are 5-4. This game was, where is it? I wrote down this weird stat. Somehow this game was 7-6 in the third quarter. And we had Green Bay talk all week. Jordan Love understands this offense. The Packers in general, like a lot of the sports media I listen to were like, the most impressive team is Green Bay out there. And the Carolina comes to them, and they really just kind of lay an egg offensively against the Panthers, who they're better than the Panthers, right? Am I wrong? Or are the Panthers secretly good? And maybe I should blame the uniforms. Did you see what the Packers wore today? Can we
Yeah, you
blame
didn't
the
like
uniforms?
the uniforms?
I did not like it. Maybe there should be a rule that if you're going to do throwbacks, you at least need to produce a photo of the team wearing these throwbacks at some point so we know it's a legit uniform. They looked weird. I didn't like it. Um, I had it down as the most confusing game of the day, although it did take a game-winning field goal for the Panthers to win it. But also, did you see this? This was a weird one that almost cost the Panthers the game. Did you see Carolina scored a touchdown and then they got penalized for doing a celebration with too many hip thrusts?
Yes.
So they had to kick the extra point from far away and he missed it.
Yeah, who cares?
Well, it could have mattered because they needed the game-winning field goal. I thought that was pretty funny. So I was most confused by Green Bay. I don't know what the heck they were doing today. And I'd be kind of angry if I was a Green Bay fan tonight or tomorrow. Aren't you kind of pissed off by this loss if you're
If
Green
you're
Bay?
if you're a Green Bay fan, this is a horrible loss, Pat.
Yeah, I did not get it. It was my worst one of the day. And then the other disappointment was Indianapolis at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh kind of handed Indianapolis their lunch today. And I wrote this note down and I was like, okay, this is going to upset Omar when I say it. This was before the game started. And I wrote down Indianapolis may be the 1999 St. Louis Rams. They got so much offense. Everything is working. I'm ready to defend my point. And then they lose to Pittsburgh. They have like 6 turnovers in this game. Pittsburgh defense was too good for them. So how disappointed are you in Indianapolis, or are you more high on Pittsburgh?
Um, I'm not saying that Indianapolis is no longer a contender, and I'm not saying that all of a sudden Pittsburgh is a contender. These games just happen. Um, I still believe that Indianapolis is the better team with Jonathan Taylor running the ball. I love the upgrades that Daniel Jones brings to Indianapolis, but you know, uh, but is Pittsburgh another team that's just going to be may beat a big team? They could do that, you know.
Maybe
They
this is just that week in the NFL where it's like, oh, this was just that week where none of the games really made too much sense.
it could happen.
Maybe that's what we're looking at here in this, because Indianapolis was like they had a good drive to start, and it was like, oh, here we go, Indianapolis. There's nothing they can't do on offense. And then I think Daniel Jones got intercepted. Then he got strip sacked. They turned the ball over so many times. They still had a shot in this game too, and they just couldn't get it done. Pittsburgh defense was all over Daniel Jones, and Aaron Rodgers was fine in this game. He did okay. He did enough to win. He's king of the like throw the ball underneath now. I'm convinced.
Yeah, yeah,
But
but he did enough to win the game.
he did enough to win the game. Pittsburgh not great on offense, but effective. I didn't see Colts owner's daughter Carly Ursay on the sideline on this one. I'm a little concerned because I watched a lot of memes of her this week, and her jotting her notes down. Someone made this joke about her because she had that little press conference where she's like, "Oh, I'm learning about NFL offenses, and I don't want to make an expensive mistake in hiring the right guy." And someone said like, "Just because you're making notes on the sideline doesn't mean you're an NFL expert. I could watch 100 videos on brain surgery. Doesn't mean I know how to perform brain surgery."
Right.
This is a little crazy, guys. I feel like SNL should do a sketch on her, and we get to see what she's actually writing down, and maybe it's something totally crazy.
Right.
That would be pretty funny. That'd be a good sketch. Aaron Rodgers had a very fun Aaron Rodgers day today. There was a point where Pittsburgh has this humongous tight end. And there was a point where he drops a ball and Aaron Rodgers gives him the death stare and he's all pissed. And like 2 plays later, he runs a slant and he's not expecting the ball and Aaron Rodgers hits him in the chest. And I was just like, dude, don't go back to the huddle. Aaron Rodgers is going to kill you. Don't go back.
Oh, but you know we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. Hey, how many turnovers did the Steelers defense? Was it six today?
Yeah, I think they got six. I said it. They strip sacked
That's that's just
Daniel
insane.
Jones. Every time, like there was a one point where like, oh, here comes the Colts. They're driving, and they got a pick on them, and it killed that drive. Let's see here. Daniel Jones had 3 interceptions today. Still had a ton of yards. He got sacked 5 times. Aaron Rodgers, here's his stat line: 25 for 35, 203 yards, 1 touchdown. He got sacked 3 times.
Yep.
But yeah, Aaron Rodgers had a great day. He threw underneath. He got mad at his receivers. He threw one ball that almost got his receiver killed. So great Aaron Rodgers day. Pretty fun. But I got a little nervous for this Indianapolis team because I feel like, all right, everybody was kissing you guys' butts for 8 weeks. Don't forget, this can happen to you guys. You guys can be all high and mighty. You got a home playoff game. You could lose your home playoff game very easily, Colts. So I'm going to put this in the wake-up call category for the Colts because it was ugly, and
I think that's the best way to put it, Pat. It's a wake-up call for them.
wake-up call. Like your great season can be over pretty quick, Colts. Don't forget. And then you're going to go wandering over to Carly Ursay's notebook and wonder, hey, what happened? All that being said, the Colts were down 10 points at the end of this game with a shot, and they couldn't pull it off. 6 turnovers, going to kill you. Okay, let's go to the teams I thought passed today. Your San Francisco 49ers, I thought, passed today.
I mean, our MVP is the brain of Kyle Shanahan. I mean, it's not that the players are doing it; it's just the offensive scheming. It's all Shanahan. He's just putting us in a position where we can win with Mac Jones. However, uh, I still have concerns about the defense. I still have concerns about, just the depth of our team. We're not. I'm not living in some fantasy world. They're still not a great team. If we make, I think right now we're holding on to the 7 seed of the playoffs.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm being very realistic here.
Yeah, if you have to go on the road to who could you possibly play? Like a Green Bay.
Right. Yeah, a Green Bay going over to Seattle,
Hmm.
going over to a Tampa.
Philly.
I just don't see it, you know.
Right. All those teams you're like, okay, that's a tough matchup. That's a tough matchup. Oh, that's a tough matchup. And also, this game goes a little bit in the settle down category because you're like, you beat the Giants. Let's not go crazy. You beat the Giants by 10. You handled them just fine, but you did beat the Giants by 10. Mac Jones, still your starter.
Still the starter.
Still the starter.
We do not have Brock Purdy, so
Still no Brock Purdy. So, Mac Jones, but he gets it done. He gets the job done. 235 yards today, 2 touchdowns. Very efficient. Seems to be the word of the day. McCaffrey had a monster day today. Got his 100 yards.
and if I may on the other side, I still like where the Giants are going. I just like them a lot better with the idea of Brian Dable not being part of the Giants anymore.
Do you think they let him do the rest of the say they like just this rest of the season they keep losing? Do you think he'll
They're gonna
go
let
the
him
rest of the
finish.
season?
I think they're gonna let him finish, but he's not gonna be the coach next year.
Yeah, like there was a little hint of Giant propaganda. Like, didn't we have a great Giants 2 weeks there about a month ago? We're like, hey, these Giants, Jackson Dart, hey, that was fun. That ended pretty quickly, didn't
But
it?
we want to believe that, you know?
Yeah, they had 2 good weeks and then they came back down to earth pretty quick. The only good thing about the Giants today was like they wore those cool 90s Giants uniforms. That was the only thing that really looked good about the Giants today. Giants come back down to earth. Purdy's still out. And I have to admit, I think I didn't watch any of this game. Like it didn't make any of my screens today. 49ers Giants. It was on with a slew of early games that were all exciting. So I just had to peek in at this game. And the Niners were up the whole game. So it's like, oh, it just seems like this game's going where I think it's going to go. And it did. So you think Dayball is going to stay through the rest of the season? Oh, and then the Giants had that horrible Scadaboo injury last week. So
That was bad.
just chalk it up to experience now and just hope Jackson Dart doesn't get hurt. I think is all you can hope for there. But yeah, I'm with you. They're shopping for coaches next year. Who is my other past team? How about New England? New England has become the belle of the ball of the NFL now. They win today. What is New England like 7-2?
They're a strong team.
You like New England in the AFC? Do you think this is a contender?
I I like New England, but I really do think people are sleeping on the Broncos.
Okay, we'll get to the Broncos. Let's go through New England. New England, a lot of New England talk all week long. What happened here? That because Atlanta was not out of this game. Like Atlanta's very feisty with Penix. They got Penix back in there. Where is it? Atlanta got a penalty on first down. Oh yeah, this was Atlanta. This was going into halftime. Atlanta gets a first down, and then they get a penalty for delay a game
Yeah.
for the very next play, and it kills their drive.
The one thing about the game, didn't you get the feeling like I couldn't help but think once the Patriots got a certain lead on the Falcons, I was thinking, wouldn't that be something if the Falcons came back on the Patriots this
Mhm.
time? Like that was like, and they almost did.
I was ready for it. I think I texted you. I'm like, Atlanta's going to win because Atlanta had this drive where who was Penix throwing to? Drake London. Drake London had like 2 one-handed catches in one drive, and they were just amazing receiver play. And I think they got a touchdown that drive. And I was like, if Atlanta could put this together, they are pretty awesome on offense. And it's not like they have a strong O-line or anything. Penix is kind of running for his life every
Yeah.
third pass play. And his receivers were showing up for him big time. This Drake London guy had 118 yards today. Penix had 221 today with 3 touchdowns, no picks. So not like really exciting Atlanta team. They're 3-5. They don't really have enough to win these games, but They had a really fun second half. Bijan Robinson had a good second half too.
He did. He
He's,
did.
he's like a little bowling ball. He doesn't get a lot of yards, but he gets some hard yards, it seems. New England, 7-2. I got a hot take I'm saving for you with New England. Yeah, I had New England as passing today. I really like them. What are your thoughts on Drake May as touching this elite status? He's not in there. He's just touching it right now.
But we're
He's window shopping.
we're almost there.
Almost. Like, yeah, for me, he's window shopping this elite status. Be ready, because there's going to be a lot of Drake May talk this week on the first takes of the world, on NFL Get Up and stuff like that. People love Drake May. So you kind of agree that this Drake May might be the guy.
He's the guy in New England, yes, sir.
He's definitely the guy in New England. I think he's got a lot of that like Joe Burrow second year feeling, where we were all like, dude, this guy's got a lot of control of the offense. He's figuring these things out. He's smart. Those are all things we said about Joe Burrow that second year, and he was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we actually agree on something.
Yeah. I think we'll talk about the Broncos next, but like when you look at the statistics, Bo Nix has got better statistics with the Broncos than John Elway did in the same amount of time to start his career. That's amazing thing.
Wow, that seems like a hot take, but those are just stats at this point.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, let's go Denver then, since we're hot on Denver. Denver.
Prayers up to CJ Stroud. That was a nasty hit he took.
This was a nasty day for injuries.
A couple of people went down. Yeah, CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels, both are going to be out. Jaden Daniels out for the rest of the year probably, but CJ Stroud, that was such a nasty hit to the head.
And he got knocked out or something too. Like, it was ugly.
Oh, you saw his fingers buckle. It looked really bad.
Jeez, really bad. And I flip back over and I think his name's David Mills, the backup QB. I'm like, who the hell's Mills? And then I have to go find what happened to CJ Stroud. I'm like, oh Jesus, that's what got CJ Stroud knocked out. That's really ugly. Hard way to go. I wrote down for this Denver game, this was the okay Denver, let's see it game. Yeah. And it takes Bo Nix, it seems like it takes Bo Nix 3 quarters to really get warmed up in games. But we praised him all week. I wrote down, he's just shaky Bo Nix. He is really shaky for 3 quarters. And then he somehow puts these drives together.
I think he started, Patrick, maybe like 0 for 6 or 7, 0 for 8, something like that. I mean, he just looked terrible for the first, and I mean, and it was just basically field goals, right?
Yeah, it was a weird score game. It's 18-15 is the final. Denver doesn't score. Denver only scores in the second quarter and in the fourth quarter of this game. I have Bo Nix. Here's a stat line they should start keeping for Bo Nix. Throws that he gets his receiver's head blown off. He has a lot of throws where the receiver almost just totally gets annihilated.
Right.
He had one to the running back does the little swing out to the flats, and the quarterback has to loop the ball up. He threw one where like just the linebacker was just waiting for it. He's like, oh, I can't wait to blow up this running back. And I think the running back got up and like gave Bo Nix a look, and Bo Nix gave him oh, my bad. Gave him one of those back. Bo Nix, he missed a couple of deep passes today. He had a no-look pass that totally failed. And then he's got his receiver lit up. And then I wrote this down. When Bo Nix takes his helmet off, you know what kind of hair he has?
Tell me.
He has sweaty white guy Jim Kelly hair. Remember when Jim Kelly would take his helmet off and his hair would just go like 50 different directions?
Yeah, that's true.
Bo Nix has that hair, and it's kind of thinning in the top. Like you can see his scalp on the forehead. Bo Nix has the crazy white guy sweaty helmet hair. I wrote down. So, and he's getting it done though, Bo Nix. I don't know. I'm not really ready to make a decision on Bo Nix. You sound like you are though. What do you think?
I'm a big Bo Nix guy.
You think he can be the guy?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's the guy for Denver.
Well, Denver wins 18-15. Another grinded out win. That's the other thing about this Denver team is they grind out these wins. They don't look particularly good, but 7-2 is 7-2.
Yep, that's true.
Let's see. Who does Denver have on their schedule here? Because Denver might be my potential practice bet team.
Well, at some point they got to play the Raiders, right?
They got them next week.
Yeah.
Then they got the Chiefs after that. They got the Commanders. Then they got Raiders again, Packers, Jaguars, Chiefs. That's going to be a good stretch. I'm curious to see how they play the Chiefs and Packers. And then they finish out the season with the Chargers. Well, it seems like every single one of those games is like, let's see it, Broncos games, except for maybe the Raiders and Commanders. So I think the schedule is going to show us what the Broncos are. I'm a little nervous about Bo Nix. I'm tempted to bet the under on Broncos moving forward. Don't you think that'd be a good bet? Bet their unders going forward?
Yeah, I like that.
18-15 today, and they have the Raiders next week. Okay, that I'm going to put a little star by that. That might be my practice bet. That might be DraftKings Ramirez bet over here. Okay, LA Chargers at the Tennessee. Classic trap game, and yet the Chargers win.
And we almost thought it was going to be.
It almost was. Tennessee was lost by a touchdown.
Yeah.
It almost happened. Chargers, another good one where you're like, I kind of turned this game off and just peeked at it. And the Chargers are stringing together these wins. What's your confidence on the Chargers coming out of the AFC West?
I have confidence in them. I mean, although like I think they should be a superior team when you compare them to the Tennessee Titans. But hey, they won, and I'm in this league. You know, it's just about getting the W, and the Chargers are winning. So I think they're a good team. They're a strong team in the playoffs this year.
Yep, strong team, consistent win. They're stringing together wins. I'm still gonna say this is a settle down win. Like settle down. You beat the Titans, but then again, you did win. Your job was to win, and you won. Well, I wrote it down. They passed. They got a passing grade today. Okay, how about, do we get all the early games? Oh, what about that weird Chicago Cincinnati game?
Patrick, what a game! What a game!
You like this game?
Well, I mean, we weren't expecting to like the game, right? But it turned out
I guess that's true.
You know, the Bengals, and you're thinking, wow, I mean, if the Bengals could get a win here, you're thinking, God, if they just keep winning or just hovering around 500, just with enough times that Joe Burrow comes back. I still think it's a very scary team with a healthy Burrow, with a healthy Joe Burrow.
Oh, wow. I did not think you were going to be that interested in this Cincinnati team. They kind of are like the team where it's like, just hang on, team. Just hang on. We just need enough wins to get in the playoffs, and we'll have Burrow. God, they were an interesting team. I wrote down, I really don't have a lot of confidence in either of these teams, and I'm worried that I'm going to be talked into whichever team wins this game. But the Bears win. Well, God, high scoring, 47-42. This game kind of had everything. We had old man Flacco against young gun Caleb.
Yeah.
We had a comeback, a great comeback.
Wait, and let's talk about the Bears. How many trick plays do these guys have in their arsenal?
Great trick plays. They had awesome trick plays today. They had that one where they had Tyson Badgett, their backup QB, and Caleb Williams in on the same play.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. We had an onside kick, a successful onside kick. And then we had the crazy, like, all you need is a field goal. Wait a second, you got a touchdown. And now the other team has one more shot scenario. Was this the game? Did I write it down? Yeah, it was. Cincinnati's on that last drive, and they're showing the crowd, and no one's in the crowd because everybody left thinking it was over. Because Cincinnati was down 20 points at one point in this game, and they clawed back, so everybody left, and they missed a potential good comeback. I wrote about the onside kick. We had the weird touchdown from the Bears, where Caleb was pretty awesome on some of these plays. He's getting like 2 plays better every single game, don't you think?
Yeah.
Whereas like he turns into like, oh no, you got sacked for 15 trying to extend the play. Now he kind of either throws it away or he makes something good out of it. So Cincinnati, they lost. The Bears win. But how much of a flame do you still have on Cincinnati?
Again, if they can just hold down the fort until Joe Burrow is back, I'll have a flame.
You have a flame. They're 3-6
That's
right
still
now.
a big if. So what I'm trying to say is more likely than not, they will not be in the playoffs. That there's no reason for them to be in playoffs with Joe Flacco starting as quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but and now Pittsburgh seems to be widening the gap, as far as the win-loss column goes in the NFC North. So I'm gonna say that, I hope they can, hover around and wait for Burrow, but in the event that Burrow does not get healthy, I'm not gonna be shocked, that they're not in the playoffs.
At 3-6, it just seems like such a mountain for them
Yeah,
to climb.
for them, it's for them,
me.
for the Ravens. Yeah, it's too big a mountain.
Oh yeah, Ravens were on Thursday night. Don't you think the Ravens might be somebody? They could put some wins together. They got healthy Lamar again. I'm not ready to count out the Ravens. I would count the Ravens. I'd put more money on the Ravens than I would the Bengals.
Okay.
If it's me. Like I said, I'm test driving some gambling. What about the Bears? They're 5-3. I think that 5-3 is a little fraudulent. I don't know. I'm not going to talk myself into being confident about the Bears, but they're 5-3. Do you have any thoughts about the Bears making a run?
I'm a big Ben Johnson fan. I think they need a few more. I'd be concerned about their wide receiver core. I still don't think they have that wide receiver one, that for Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Loveland as tight end. I think their defense needs a few more pieces, and some more help on the offensive line. But I like the direction. That's another team. I just like the direction the Bears are going.
Next 4 games for the Bears are at home against the Giants, at the Vikings, at home against the Steelers, and then on the road against Philadelphia. So we're gonna see. I have a feeling they go 2-2 in those 4 games. I cannot see them coming out of there winning most of those games. We're going to see. I like them. They're an exciting team. You got to say the Bears are playing really exciting games. And they're 5-3. Okay. All right, the last 2 late games. Unless you're a fan of either of these teams, you probably didn't watch these games. Jacksonville at Las Vegas. This game went into overtime. Regulation was not enough.
And we had the longest field goal in history.
The 68 yards. Unbelievable.
And in your opinion, Pat, it happened against the Raiders. You know what I mean?
Yep. And lost like Jacksonville. Like Jacksonville should not be in any record books.
Right, I'm with you. Like, who's this kicker? Like he's made.
I don't know. His name's Little. Anybody little should not be in the record books.
Right, I'm with you, Pat. I'm with you.
Well, I told you, I've resorted this season to whatever you want to call it, a learning experience, practice, feeling out what players should stay on the team. It's Pete Carroll's first year. It's been a mess up until here. A much debate if Geno was going to be the starter today, and he was the starter. Pretty low scoring first quarter. I think it was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. Then the game goes into OT. We had new OT rules now this year. Jacksonville wins the toss, and they're like, fuck it, we want the ball. I wasn't sure if I heard it right. I'm like, hey, I thought they got the ball. They got a touchdown. And then Las Vegas has a great, great drive. Geno was perfectly adequate on the drive. And much to my happiness, they were like, let's go for two. We're winning or losing. They go for two. The guy's wide open, Omar, wide open for the two, and the pass gets deflected. I can't be that mad about it. They played hard, but damn it, they find ways. They're the find ways to lose team. It sucks. But this was their, I would say, I don't know if this is a term. I just invented it. This was their best loss of the season.
Okay, if you want to call it that.
I don't know what to say. Al Davis says this was their best loss. It was still ugly, though. Poor Genty is just getting torn in half, and yet he still runs like his life depends on it. Bowers was back today. He was awesome.
Oh, he was great. He was great today. Genty didn't play a terrible game.
Not a lot of receiver production from the Raiders, but they had Myers and Bowers.
Right.
Really doing great. Gino had the one bad pick, of course. He had a couple bad sacks in there somewhere. Just a rough loss in front of the home crowd, but the effort is high. Crosby came on really strong in the second half. Like, I get pissed off at Crosby in the first half of these games, and in the second half, he is just so relentless out there. He had a couple great sacks on Lawrence that, like, really swung the D, and you're just like, this guy's awesome. I just wish the rest of us were awesome like he is. Damn it, they lost in OT. The game was running really late. And you could tell they wanted to cut away to like another game, but they couldn't because like, oh, well, it's in overtime. We have to finish it. Jacksonville, no confidence in Jacksonville for me. No confidence in Vegas as far as playoffs for me. So just a fun game. Call it a scrimmage is all I can say. But we got a record-breaking field goal.
Right. Yep. There's a plus.
I feel like this would have been a bigger deal 5-10 years ago, the field goal. Don't you? It seems like people are like, oh, that's cool.
It seems like this year someone's going to hit from 70.
Yeah, you're right. Like maybe this is one of those records that's just, he has it for 2.5 weeks.
I think it's one of those records that stands for like 3 weeks, you know?
You might be right, because like this cannot stand. We can't have Jacksonville guy.
That Aubrey kicker in Dallas. I mean, he kicks from the parking lot.
He's been flirting with like, give me a shot at 70, guys. Come on. Well, they play tomorrow. Maybe he'll get it. New Orleans at the LA Rams. Big weekend for LA. Baseball and football. The Rams just killed New Orleans. Finally, New Orleans gave Taysom Hill like a full series at quarterback. I thought, hey, that's fun. Get him in there for more quarterback play. Rams look good. They handled this. I'm not even going to say this is a settled down win. I thought the Rams look pretty sharp in this game. And I think we might hear some Rams talk this week.
Yep.
A lot of Rams talk. I'm not going to say anybody is MVP status, but the fact that Stafford has the most touchdowns of any quarterback in the league, pretty good stat to have, I think. Okay, that was the Sunday slate of games. We watched them all.
We watched them all.
Watched
I will
them
say
all.
this stat. I'm seeing online, Coach Dan Quinn for the Commanders taking a lot of heat. Why his quarterback was in a losing by so much and still in the fourth quarter, and now he's out for the year.
Yeah, it was ugly, and I think even Collinsworth said it. He's like, he's going to try. He's going to give everything to get that extra yard, to get the score. I mean, that's just the competitor that he is. And I think he deserves a little bit of heat. They were getting blown out. They weren't playing good. It seemed like he might have even rushed him coming back too. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's a bummer for Jaden Daniels, because they are having the ultimate, not only sophomore slump from last year to like, now this dude's out for the rest of the season. Your season's gone to hell. They've officially turned into the season from hell team.
Yep.
I think when the young dudes do so well in their like kind of first or second year, you can almost guarantee that next year is going to be bad.
Yes.
You can almost guarantee. All right. Those were the games for week 9. We talked about them. We talked about our Sundays. Oh, did you, I'm going to save it a little bit for memorable for our awards, but did you take in some baseball, the baseball season?
Oh, course, Pat, but
on
I'm
Saturday
not
night.
happy. Not happy.
You were Toronto, going for Toronto, huh?
I wanted a repeat or of that of my one of my favorite World Series of all times, the '93 World Series when they beat the Phillies. I just went back to being a kid.
Yeah, like what's great about this World Series is like I got nostalgic for like, oh, World Series is great. And then all the videos on my YouTube popped up was like rewind the 93 World Series. And then I watched that Phillies one, was really great. And then like condensed version of game 7, 35 minutes. I was like, I'll watch this. That was really great too. Like just what a way for baseball to give a nice send off for the seasons. Like, hey, don't forget, we're America's pastime. This is game 7. It was awesome. Okay, we're going to talk about it later in the awards. Trivia time. Not really trivia. I'm going to say this is a little bit of a revisiting, a little bit of a rating, a little bit of I need to get your reaction on something. I'm going to bring up some specific examples. I got some articles of evidence that I want to enter to the court today, Omar.
Let's do it.
2 weeks ago, you went to the Washington Commanders game. You wore a hat, you wore a shirt, and you made a very specific comment that I want to dive into.
Okay.
You said Laura Rutledge was not attractive.
Oh, I'm gonna stick to that.
Okay, well, I brought up 4 pieces of evidence that we need to discuss. I'm going to bring up 4 pictures, and we can go over her look from an accessory standpoint, clothing, and overall presentation. All right, I'm going to bring up the first one. Okay, here is our first image. Okay, we're looking at Laura Rutledge on the field, looking like she's going to give like a post-game report. All right, so let's start with you. Let's go through her look. What stands out to you?
This photo is a photo of a very attractive woman.
Okay, so first blush, you like this look overall. She's wearing like one of those kind of like woman suit collar things, but it has no sleeves.
Yeah, she looks very attractive.
Somewhere around age 33, women just totally give up on sleeves.
Yeah.
They're just like, these arms got to be free. Take a look, ladies.
There.
Okay. What do you think about her hair and makeup? Because you were very critical about the makeup.
You're showing me pictures, Pat, and these are pictures that she puts out and her handlers put out. So yes, they look good.
Okay, so you like this makeup, this camera makeup was working for the camera, you're saying?
Yes.
And you're saying you saw a very different thing live.
Very different.
Okay, got it. All right, but this one overall gets your approval.
Absolutely.
Okay, you like the hair? You like the hair over the shoulder, little curling?
Very attractive young lady.
How about the necklace?
I love the necklace.
Love it. Not too much, not too little, or do you think
it's just right?
Okay, all right. So you approve of this one.
Yep.
All right, Laura Rutledge, you're off to a good start. Let's go with evidence number 2. Let me find it here. Our second piece of evidence. Now, I think you're going to do a little bit deeper dive on this one here. Okay. Now, a couple things are jumping out to me right away.
I see a lot of makeup.
Okay, the makeup's what you notice first here, huh?
Not her natural hair color. The roots are showing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She does have a big rock on her hand, but that's not going to influence my vote. But she dresses well, and all in all, she still looks very attractive.
Oh, still approve overall, huh?
Patrick, if you found these photos online, I'm going to approve of all of them.
Oh, really?
What I saw in person was completely different.
Okay, all right. Yeah, what's jumping out to me in this photo is the hair. We see the roots. Also, she has that woman hair where I don't know where the top of the hair starts and the side of the hair starts either. I mean, there's extensions in here,
Yeah.
would be my assumption. A lot of jewelry in
Yes.
this photo. It looks like there's a bracelet, there's a watch, there's a ring. The nails are painted. The lips are very red and the eyes are very darkened. And the black. How do you feel about black on her here?
I like the black.
The black works for you. Okay, I don't think the black is the best color for her. But to me that there's a lot of she has a mane of hair.
Okay. Interesting.
So, all right, but you're going to give this a thumbs up, a seal of approval?
Thumbs up.
All right, 2 for 2, Laura Rutledge. All right, let's go to now we're getting into the championship rounds of Laura Rutledge images. All right, let's go to number 3. Okay, now we've got our first full body shot.
Great look.
We're back to black here.
Great look.
Now we get a little sense of what she's working with the body.
Great look, Pat.
What jumps out to you in this look?
Just the confidence, a very modern, young look. It looks very nice. All I'm saying is that's not what I saw when I saw her.
All right, you stated that. I'm just entering in the evidence that I have presented here. The hair is the most straight in this image, which works for her. I think she's very thin, so I think the straightened hair is better. What about the shoes?
Like the shoes.
Women's shoes are very particular and specific. I don't know how half of them walk in these shoes actually, but that doesn't really seem to be a concern.
No.
Okay, this seems like you could go out in the town, girls' night, maybe a special occasion, a red carpet. This seems like a red carpet look.
Yeah.
As
Very
well.
red carpet.
Okay, all right, 3 for 3. Now, let's go to image number 4. Let's see if we can go 4 for 4 here. All right, here we go. Now we've got more of an action shot. She's actually interviewing somebody.
Yeah. I'm still very attracted. Yeah.
What jumps out at you in this image? What's the first thing you typically notice?
A very wholesome look, but still very attractive.
Ah, okay. What about in the physical? What do you notice first in women typically?
Smile.
The smile, really? Okay. For me, it's probably hair. It's usually the biggest thing on their heads, so it's probably why I notice it. She's got a nice, like, I'm actually listening look on her face, which sometimes can be rare in a woman.
Yeah.
It's interesting she doesn't go full blonde.
Right.
Don't you think? Like, she's got a lot of roots showing, and now it just makes me curious, like, what does your real hair look like? These are things that go through my head. And this is a little more conservative top, you feel, with this kind of like button ribbon thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like she has like leather pants or something on as well. I think that's a good look. All right, how about the jewelry? Seems like we got a lot of jewelry in this one.
She wears a lot of jewelry.
Mm-hmm. Does that work for you, or are you could take it or leave it?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, all right. Again, a little subtle necklace. Also, you know what I like about this one is since she's next to a football player, we can get a little bit of an idea of her height, her actual height. That guy's probably what, 6'4"? Let's say he's 6'4". She's probably wearing heels. I'm going to say she's about 5'5", 5'6" maybe.
I think probably even shorter than that, but okay.
Okay. And then lastly, what do you think about this hairstyle? It's like in this ponytail, but it's also kind of curly and free in the back.
I like it.
See, this hairstyle doesn't do it for me. It just seems like it's trying to do two different things at once. I don't get it. She seems to like to curl the ends of her hair. All right, but overall, you're going to give this a thumbs up as well, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so you went 4 for 4. Now, let's just hypothetically, let's say you saw Laura Rutledge live in person, no cameras, in all these looks, do you think you would change your rating?
If we saw each other, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course.
Really?
I
Okay,
wouldn't
so
I wouldn't have the heart to tell her she doesn't look good.
no, it's too late. I already DM'd her. She went 4 for 4 in the images, but not in real life. Okay, so it's that big of a cliff for you. From all these images to real life would not be attractive.
She, she's attractive.
In real life? Because
No,
you,
not in real life. No, I said no.
oh, that's what I'm saying. If you saw these looks in real life, it's a no for you.
Correct.
Wow, interesting that you're so divided on this. God, that Monday night game was very influential on you. I can tell. I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna be very curious on your future NFL games of what female reporters you see on the sidelines and what your opinion is of them live. If you can, get some pictures for me, Omar.
Sure.
I need further evidence on this. All right, that was our trivia slash women's fashion slash looks judging corner, everybody. I think that went pretty good.
Yeah, this is good.
All right, let's go to the awards, Omar. I hope you're ready. We got first award, most memorable moment. I cheated on this one a little bit. I included the whole weekend, and most memorable moment, I had to go game 7 last night.
Oh, I love it.
Unbelievable. This is why baseball will never die. Ultimately, baseball will never die. Sure, the season is too long. Sure, we don't know half the players. Sure, it's the only sport where you actively look for things to eat, not while you watch the game, while you play the game. But man, we saw just two teams at the height of their powers going extra innings. Amazing game 7. So that was my most memorable moment of the weekend. It kind of bled into Sunday on the East Coast with how late it went, so maybe it can count. That was me. What do you got for most memorable moment?
I mean, I'm gonna tie it with the cringe too. So you can skip me when it comes to cringe, but it's gonna be my most memorable was also the cringiest. It was Jaden Daniels getting hurt at the end of Sunday night. It's just that
Mm.
was just I'm the sight of it, the fact that it was in a game that it was already well out of contention, that hurts.
Yeah, that's a late entry. We just had that happen within the last 20 minutes. That's pretty brutal. Watching your franchise QB walk off the field with his elbow in this like massive air cast.
Oh
Whenever
yeah.
you hear the terms bring in the air cast, it's never good. Pretty rough. All right, well, that's next award, the cringeworthy moment of the week. I got 2 nominees. I got the Packers uniforms this week,
Yeah.
and then most specifically the helmet they tried to pull off this week was horrible because it wasn't even a helmet. They were trying to simulate with those old leather caps, and that didn't look good at all. Made no sense.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No, didn't like it. And if I was a Packers fan and I went to the game and I saw this uniform on the team, like, I want my money back. I came to see the Packers, not this. And they lost. And then second nominee for cringeworthy, how about just Washington fans booing their team at halftime?
Not good.
Oh, that's the worst. You're getting booed at halftime. One of the worst Sunday night games we've had in a long time. That was tough. All right, and your cringeworthy was Jaden Daniels getting hurt. Next award, Best Innovation Award. Mine is out there. So if you want to go first, you start us off.
The innovation to me, wow, what would let me really think about this. I guess these legacy uniforms, I say that it just it's not so much an innovation, it just brings us back. And I love that the NFL has reintroduced, obviously you don't like the Packers, but I did like watching the Giants. I mean, I just went back to the good old days when I saw the Giants playing football today.
Giants uniform was great. I always love that one. Just so simple, like just gonna write the names on the helmet. That's it. And yet it works. I thought Houston, Denver had a missed opportunity today for some great throwbacks. Like Denver had their great orange uniforms the week before, But why not have the throwback away orange uniforms? Because they were at Houston today. And couldn't Houston finagle something and do like throwback Houston Oiler uniforms? I'm sure there's some rights and stuff to it, but they could have done something like that. And we could have had Denver versus Houston Oilers from back in the day. I thought that was a missed opportunity today from that standpoint. So you went with uniforms. All right. Are you ready for my best innovation?
Yeah.
I watched the Dodger game last night. I was all hyped on LA. I watched the Rams game today at SoFi. You're going to go to SoFi in a couple weeks. Chargers won today. What about this idea? What about a SoFi doubleheader? Rams in the morning, Chargers in the late game. And we'd have to work out something with the tickets, but like you buy a ticket to a baseball doubleheader, you can go to both games. Could we do something like that for a football game? Like we have, I'm sure SoFi has more than 2 locker rooms. We could shuffle out the game, shuffle in the next team in the next hour and a half. What do you think about a SoFi doubleheader? Don't you think that'd be pretty wild?
So much you'd have to clean up before the next round of
Cleanup would
games.
be an issue. Yep. You could have to do a cleanup. That would be one thing. You'd have to paint the field in some sort of neutral logo. We could do that.
Yeah.
But I think that's doable. We could have the added bonus of the teams from the early games hanging around to watch the late game.
Yeah.
That would be cool. We could have maybe the announcers could pull double duty, or maybe we get new announcers in there. I think SoFi, as big a stadium it is, as accommodating a stadium is, I think that's a stadium that could pull this off. That would be something. Get on it, SoFi Stadium. What do you think? Don't you think that'd be a pretty cool thing? Maybe for a week 4 type of thing.
I like it. It's possible.
Both LA teams are home for week 4. Like I see the NBC ads right now. An LA homecoming. Think about that. Best innovation. Next award. All right, I told you mine was hot. I don't know if you're ready for it. Hot Take Award. Are you ready for this?
I'll tell you, let's do it.
I think New England might only lose 2 more games the rest of the season.
Oh, hot take.
You want to hear the rest of their schedule?
Mm-hmm.
Next week, Tampa Bay, then Jets, Cincinnati, Giants, Buffalo, Baltimore, Jets, Miami. Tampa Bay and Buffalo are the only tough games on that schedule, I think.
I have to say they may lose just 2 more games.
I think they may only lose in 1. If New England is actually good like we think they are, they may only lose 1 game.
It's possible, Pat.
If they take care of business on all those sub 500 teams, Tampa Bay and Buffalo are the hardest ones. I think my hot take is looking pretty good.
I like it.
Okay, what do you got? Hot take.
I got my take. Even after signing a massive contract, Myles Garrett will take a massive pay cut to go play for a winner because he is done in Cleveland.
Wow. This year or next year?
This year. I think he may be on the trading block this year.
And are you projecting a little something here, Omar Carmona?
No.
Do you want Myles Garrett on the San Francisco 49ers?
You just like you'd love Myles Garrett for the Raiders, just like any Cowboys fan would like Myles Garrett playing in Dallas, just like a 49ers fan would want Myles Garrett playing in San Francisco. But what I'm saying is he's gonna go somewhere else. And he ain't gonna go to Dallas because they're just not a contender. He's gonna leave for a contender.
Yeah, but you would want him because you're a contender.
And the Browns would really need to consider something to get something in return for him.
Yeah, I think you want him. I think you don't want to say it though. I wonder I wonder what's gonna take. Trade deadline is this week, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, San Francisco, you're putting it out to the universe, but you don't want to verbally say it, and I respect that. You don't want to like kind of upset the gods, the NFL trade gods. All right, we're gonna see. Myles Garrett wants out of Cleveland. He's a big ticket item. There are teams that are on the brink that need defensive players. There are teams that are like, this is our win now opportunity. All right, Myles Garrett. All right, teams, get on it. All right, we'll have to check back on that. Good take. Next award, the Casting Couch Award. I did some thinking on this one. It involves me gambling.
Okay.
And I think the US, America is ready for a gambling movie, a sports gambling movie. We've had some in the past, Last Boy Scout, Uncut Gems, stuff like that, but an NFL gambling movie we need. So I got a storyline of the mob has got a player in their pocket, but not a big player like a quarterback or a running back. That would be obvious. An offensive lineman, more specifically, a long snapper.
I mean, would a long snapper be in long enough to change the course of a football game? I don't know.
They're in a scoring play, every single scoring play, Omar. Field goal.
Okay. We'll see
Okay.
where this
Extra
goes.
point, punt. We're like, hey, just one field goal. Send back a snap into the dirt.
Okay.
All right. I got two potentials for my long snapper. I got Chris Evans,
Okay.
or what about Michael B. Jordan?
Oh, I like that.
And I got someone for the dirty mobster too, for my casting. For my dirty mobster in a comeback role, Dean Cain.
I like
Yeah,
that. I like
Dean
that.
Cain was a former Ohio State football player. I don't know if you knew that.
I did. Yeah. Yes. Very,
So
very good football
he'll
player.
know the football lingo. He knows how this rolls. That's my casting couch award, and I got 3 titles to throw at you. Pretend you're a Hollywood producer. I got over under, on the line, and take the points.
Oh,
What do you think? 2 on the nose with the gambling terms?
take the points for sure.
Take the points. Okay, that's my movie pitch to you. NFL gambling movie starring Michael B. Jordan and Dean Cain. All right, what do you got? Casting couch, you're up.
Casting Couch, R.I.P. Checky Cario. He was the bad guy in Bad Boys. He passed away this weekend. So
Oh, did
it's
he?
a special shout out to Checky. Remember, he was the French guy that that was dealing a lot of coke in South Beach. That was pretty
Coke
cool.
in South Beach? That's not the South Beach I know. Yeah, Bad Boys was a thing. People don't remember. That was Will Smith's like movie entree. He's like, hey, I'm in movies now. I think I watched Bad Boys like probably a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, I think I watched it and I was surprised to like, hey, this is more of a Martin Lawrence movie than Will Smith, but it was great. How about isn't Taya Leone in that movie?
Yes.
Unbelievable. Taya Leone was like the Drake May of 90s hot chicks for a while though. I think we talked about her like nonstop for like 12 months. Wow. I might have to watch Bad Boys again. All right. Play Call Award for week 9. I got, New England, Atlanta. It's 3rd and 5, and New England runs the perfect 7-yard out to the tight end to get the first down and effectively seal the game. I was like, New England is just so locked in. Like, what's the down and distance? What's our play call? We got it. Easiest pitch and catch all day. Game's over. And then my second nominee was, how about the Bears putting in 2 quarterbacks on the field at the same time? And Taysom
was about to
Badgett
say
throws a
my
pass to Caleb.
my nominee was going to be anything Ben Johnson called. It was a masterful play call today.
I think they should do that play more often where both quarterbacks are in and you don't know which one's going to throw the pass. Don't you think that could be pretty confusing to a defense?
Absolutely.
The Bears love that Taysom Badgett guy. Gave him a big contract in the offseason. His dad's a professional arm wrestler or slap fighter. His dad's something. They love this guy.
Yeah.
All right, play call. You went with anything Ben Johnson I went with New England and the Bears 2 quarterbacks. Last award of the week. Who won the week? Omar, kick us off.
Who won the week? I gotta say it was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big win at home against the Colts. And just the fact of where the Colts come into the game like that, 7-1, huge win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They won the week.
Interesting. Any can I talk you into any Pittsburgh bets coming up?
Give me the spread next time.
Okay, all right. You're not ruling it out. You're not ruling it out, but you need to see more. Wow, the Pittsburgh has turned into your Laura Rutledge.
Yes.
The Laura Rutledge team. All right, you know who I have who won the week? How about the New York Jets on a bye?
I love that, Pat.
I think they won the week. They won last week. They are on a bye. Nothing bad can happen.
They won by not playing.
I think they won the week, the Jets. All right. Okay, everybody, those were the awards for week 9. Those were the games, and we've got one game left tomorrow night, and it is Arizona at the Dallas Cowboys. This is kind of a secretly fun rivalry for me. I love Cardinals Cowboys.
When we were younger in the old NFC East, this was a big rivalry.
Yeah, and it was always lopsided. Cowboys usually won. But like this was always a game that I kind of was like, yeah, I want to see the two uniforms on the field. There was that one playoff game the Cardinals did beat the Cowboys in, the Jake Plummer one, that gave it a little spice for the years to come. But we got Arizona at Dallas. All right, Omar, predict the game.
Dallas 31, Arizona 21.
It's a total get back on track game for Dallas. They have to win this game. They're the better team. They should be the better team anyway. I'm with you. I'm going to go Dallas 28, Cardinals 17. I haven't checked the line yet, but I'm getting some practice bets ready. All right, everybody, that was the Sunday Night Talk for Week 9. We talked about it all. We said it all. Trivia, games, Game 7 of the World Series. Laura Rutledge devoted a lot of time to Laura Rutledge this week. Please give it a like. Please give it a subscribe for me, Patrick Ramirez, for Omar Carmona, my co-host. Have a good night, everybody. We will see you next week. Omar, good night.
Good night.